Long ago, nestled at the edge of a desolate forest, stood a decaying mansion known as the Hollow Hill House. The town of Ashford, a quiet village just a few miles away, whispered about the house with a mixture of fear and fascination. To them, it was a place best avoided. The house had stood abandoned for over a century, its windows boarded up and its doors locked tight, but the whispers never ceased. No one ever dared to enter, and no one ever spoke of what might have happened inside. The house had a dark history, and its story began many years before. It was once home to the wealthy and eccentric Dr. Edmund Blackwood, a man whose intellect was matched only by his obsession with the supernatural. Rumors spread that Dr. Blackwood had been conducting strange experiments in the house, trying to communicate with the other side. One fateful evening, the mansion was consumed by a fire. Flames licked the walls, devoured the furniture, and engulfed the upper floors, but no one ever knew how it started. Some say it was an accident, while others believe that Dr. Blackwood's experiments went terribly wrong. The fire was so fierce that it consumed not only the house, but also the souls of the family members who lived there. Dr. Blackwood, his wife Evelyn, and their young daughter Isabella perished in the flames. Their bodies never recovered. After the fire, the house stood abandoned. The strange occurrences began shortly after. The people of Ashford would hear unsettling sounds coming from the house late at night. The sound of someone crying, faint footsteps echoing across the empty halls, and doors creaking open and shut. On foggy mornings, people would claim to see a shadowy figure standing at the window, watching over the empty lot, only for it to vanish the moment anyone approached. Years went by, and the mansion became more and more of a local legend. People stopped passing by, choosing the longer route to avoid the haunting aura of the house. Children dared each other to approach the gates, but no one ever ventured inside. That is, until one day, a curious young woman named Lily Thompson arrived in Ashford. Lily, an ambitious journalist from the city, had heard the rumors about Hollow Hill House and saw it as the perfect story for her next article. She was skeptical of ghost stories, always searching for rational explanations. But the mystery of the mansion intrigued her. Determined to prove the legends wrong, she decided to spend a night inside the house, camera in hand, ready to document everything. The townsfolk warned her to stay away, but Lily was resolute. She arrived at the house just before sunset, the sky turning a deep shade of purple. As she approached the gates, the old iron creaked ominously, and the trees surrounding the mansion swayed in the wind, as though they were trying to warn her. Undeterred, she pushed the gate open and walked toward the grand front doors. The house was even more imposing in person than it had seemed from a distance. Its tall, jagged spires reached toward the sky, and the once grand columns were now cracked and weathered. As she stepped inside, the musty smell of decay filled her nostrils. Dust covered every surface, and the air felt thick with the weight of forgotten memories. But Lily pressed on, determined to uncover the secrets hidden within. The first few hours were uneventful, and Lily set up her camera, recording her every move. She explored the rooms one by one, finding old furniture covered in sheets, shattered mirrors, and peeling wallpaper. But as the night wore on, a strange sense of unease began to settle over her. The house, once silent, seemed to come alive with strange noises. The floorboards creaked beneath her feet, though no one else was there. The temperature in the room dropped suddenly, and she could see her breath in the air. She thought it was just her imagination, but as she ventured deeper into the house, things began to grow stranger. She found a room that was locked, its door sealed shut with an old iron bolt. Despite her best efforts, the door wouldn't open. But as she leaned closer, she heard a soft whisper coming from within, as if someone was calling her name.